Niggas surge gon' bring that.
What's going on, YouTube? Welcome back to another episode of Talks with Dhawks. I'm Divine, Dhawks, whatever you want to call me, and I'm here with Oye and Natalie. She's the host of the Least Favorite Podcast. Every week on Mondays, there's a new episode. Catch it while you can. All right?
Yeah, because it's not going to be there.
Limited time episodes. She deletes them every 4 days. No, I'm messing with you, but yeah.
Are we gonna get started right away?
Yeah, what you said to talk about.
All right. If my child is still living in my roof after 20 years old, I'm sorry, but they have to contribute to bills. They can try to save money to move out, but once they hit that 20-year mark, it's contributing time. A lot of people saying I'm wrong for this because it's my child and they shouldn't have to ever pay anything. Should I change or keep this mentality?
Can I tell you what I think you would do?
Okay. Yeah.
I think you would make them pay or contribute to something financially. Just knowing how hard you work, knowing what a dollar means to you. You know the value of a dollar. You know that you gotta go get it, and you gotta make sure that you're able to do what you can to survive. Mm-hmm. A lot of people are at this stage or at a point in their life, and probably will be this way forever. Hopefully it changes, but with the mentality of, I'm just gonna make enough for what I have, and that's it. But you're on the mentality of, I want to make enough and more, because I don't want to be able to budget my lifestyle. I want to be able to own my lifestyle and do this. So I know what, money means to you. So you don't let people slouch, or, if you're going to be in my life, you got to contribute something positive. So especially if there's a child living in your house, your kid, you're going to make them pay something or do something. You know what I'm saying?
That's if my child has a job, obviously, which I'm going to hope that my 20-year-old does have a job at that time. But if they're working, if they're going to school, that's different. Like, see, I hear what you're saying, and yes, I am like that, but I feel wrong being that way because my parents never forced me to pay anything at home. They didn't even ask me to.
Okay. Do you think they ever had I don't know if you ever seen it or you actually had those conversations, but you lived with your parents until you were what?
28.
Do you think they ever had conversations like, damn, when's she gonna get out of here? Never? Not even to themselves?
Even when I went to my parents and was like, I think it's time that I start looking for a place to move out, they were supportive of it, but they were like, oh.
Now?
You sure? Are you sure? Because nobody's kicking you out. You can stay here as long as you want to stay here. Mm-hmm. You good. Nobody, we want you here, but if you want to do your own thing, we support that too. Mm-hmm. So, I don't know. So I come from a different, my parents were kicking me out. Whereas other parents, the minute you hit 18, they're like, you gotta move out.
Yeah, and how do you feel about that mentality?
About that mentality?
Yeah.
I think that's crazy.
Really?
Personally. No judgment, but I just feel like at 18, can you remember when you were at 18, I did not know shit about shit. I would have been...
done.
I would have been living probably in a 1-bedroom with 10 other people type shit.
The world would have ate you apart.
It would have.
It would have ate you alive.
And I wasn't even ate you apart.
Ate you apart. All right, we're going to have the legs. Tomorrow we're going to have the arms. What about the thighs? I think that's Thursday. All right? Knocking yourself out.
Sorry, babe. Yeah, I think that's crazy. But I don't want to, I don't know. I just feel what's the rush? On both sides, because then you even have kids who are 18 and are beasting. And it's what's the rush? Not
a healthy environment.
Oh, well, yeah, that. Okay, yes. I knew you were going to say that. I should have prefaced that. You're right. Toxic home environments or strict parents. Mm-hmm. I understand how you want the freedom. So fine, extenuating circumstances.
So would you say for someone who's 18, they're finally 18, they got their first job, and their parents are very,
what is really your first job at 18?
I don't know. Chipotle, McDonald's,
Starbucks.
Probably something fast food. Yeah.
You're not killing the game. You're not about to be. You know what I mean?
Warren Buffett.
You're not. You're not about to be going crazy and making mad money and shit.
But I'm saying, so for you, right? The mentality is they're 18 years old. they are gonna listen to anything you say. So what's the next move? Home, toxic, bad, can't take it anymore. When they're 18, they thought it was gonna change because they're an adult now, but parents are still acting the same way. They're gonna listen to your next move. You're their life guidance. What's your next move?
Oh, so I'm not their parent.
No, you're not their parent. You're their person that they're giving them. You're giving them advice to. Hey, stick it out for a couple years, save your bread,
I would say
or just move out and find something later. Find something now and just deal with whatever. Try to make it.
You see, no, but that's hard. I can't even say stick it out because I really don't know how toxic we talking. Like the parents are beating them. Like
nah, not beating, but it's just arguing. Oh, the annoying stuff. Oh, this pick up your, just stuff.
Okay, but stuff like that.
You don't really want
I would say stick it out because honestly, if you are working at 18 and you in school, how much are you really home? Like even me, when I was 18, I was working in a school. I was hardly home.
Facts.
I was always working. When I would get home, by the time to like eat, shower, go to sleep, do it all over again. So. I couldn't even have a lot of arguments with my parents when I was that age because I was hardly home for them to argue with me. Even that might have been the argument that you hardly home.
Yo, why you
hardly
never home?
see you. Yeah, but it's like I'm working.
I remember
whatever.
my parents did that to me.
So
we never see you.
I'm gonna just say this: when I have kids, I am not gonna kick them out right away. But I will say like
they need a game
28, 29 is the deadline. Like you should already, for me, have a place to stay.
Mm-hmm.
No shade, babe, because I know you're about to be 28. I'm trying to find you. But for my kids, yeah, I think that by then you should be done with school. You should be solid in your career or a good job.
Money built up.
I want you to save money because I don't want to like put my kids out into this world and they don't really have a savings account. They don't have an established line of credit or good credit, period. They don't have a car. They don't have a nice place to stay. Like I'm not gonna kick my kids out and have them sharing a room with like strangers or living in just like. If they're living good with me, why would I kick them out and they're not living better? Like they should be living better when they leave me.
Mm-hmm.
That's how I see it.
A lot of people don't look at it like that.
But I think that's also too like a lot of parents, they want to like kick their kids out, but it's like, did you prepare your child for that life too?
Nope. A lot of parents don't.
Like you didn't teach your child about credit, about savings, about even like healthy eating matters, grocery shopping, budgeting your money. You did not teach your children anything about ownership instead of renting. So it's like you sending them out into this world so unprepared, like, cause they're not learning that in school. So I don't know if I feel like I prepared my children, and if they are 20 years old, but I feel like I really prepared them, and you can tell when your children know shit, and when they're ready for those responsibilities. Mm-hmm. If they want to move out at 20, fine, go. I mean, I think that's a little young.
A lot of parents don't. That's the thing too. A lot of parents don't prepare their kids. They think by the time they reach a certain age that they are just magically gonna know things. Mm-hmm. Oh, you're 18. Yeah, but I don't know about this, X, Y, or Z. Oh, how you don't know about that? You're 18.
Yeah.
Just because I'm a certain age doesn't mean that I know about certain things. Everybody's timeline is different on, in life. But I do think they should know those things by that age because if not young, the younger the better. Start learning about credit at 16, 17, 18. Start having your own credit cards by a certain age so that way when you get to a certain point, you're good. But a lot of parents don't do that. They just expect their kids to, okay, you're this age. This is where you should know these things by now. But it's like, you didn't prepare me. You didn't teach me. You didn't sit me down. Oh, you was too busy. Video games, makeup, partying. Yeah, but I'm a kid.
You should have made me.
You forced me to do it. Of course I'm going to think that stuff does. Like, learn how, hey, we got to start talking about credit. I'm good. Call of Duty. I'm good, on the phone, my friends or whatever. No, well, you didn't want to learn. All right, but who's the parent? Me or you? Yeah. You should have forced me to say, yo, put this away, do this.
Because even like when it came to cooking, my mother wasn't trying to hear, oh no, I don't want, no. She was like, come here, get out the room, stand here and watch how I do this.
And look at you now, chefing it. Ain't made a bad meal yet.
Thank you, man.
So, yeah. Yeah. Nah, but yeah, you haven't, you are where you are today because of your parents. Do you feel like your parents taught you?
Yeah. A
lot of financial moves and, information?
I'm actually like surprised at like how much my mom knew and knows about like all of that stuff because my mother's really good with numbers and like she is a businesswoman. But you don't look at your parents like they know stuff, and then when you finally sit down and ask them questions or you're going through it yourself, my mother just knows so much. I'm like, damn, like it's lit. Wait, what was your question?
Did they prepare you?
Yeah, she prepared me once I asked. But and also, my mother was very big on me having credit. Oh, that's what I wanted to say too. This is like kind of side note. If you have kids, add them to your credit cards if you already have one. Like you could literally you could have a baby right now, and your 1-year-old could have a credit line under you. So by the time they are 18, they already have credit. So that was just a little thing.
They can make easier moves.
Yeah, so when I was 18, my mother called American Express and she had me added to her account. And I had like, my first couple credit cards.
Why 18 though?
Because that's when you're able to have a credit card, aren't you? Or is it 16? Some credit cards are 16, I think. Some are 18.
I would assume 16.
I think I was 19. Started a little late.
I got my credit card like a couple years ago, 4 years ago. My credit's pretty good. Surprising because everybody be like, dang, you got good credit. I'm like, yeah, not blowing bird. But, okay. So for me,
I think it's different for guys though.
Yeah. So if you think if you were a guy, you think your parents would give you that much leeway?
No, I think they would have been like,
all
get
right,
your
21,
shit together.
let's go.
Nah, 21's crazy.
22,
maybe
23.
like 25.
All right. What do you want to do? Get out of here. But why is that? Why do you think that is?
I don't know why that is. I just think, listen, it goes back to the stereotypes. Men are supposed to be protectors and providers. So, like, why are you being a mama's boy and you're just home with your mother doing everything for you? Like, my parents would have just been like, I feel like they would have judged it differently. I feel like, you know what it is too? My mother always raised us, with my sister especially, not with me, but with her. You only leave the house when you meet somebody and you're going to get married. Like, a woman can't live on her own. That's viewed weird, like that's taboo. Because that's not traditional. Traditional is you meet somebody, you get married, then you live with your husband.
Yeah.
So I think that's another reason why they would have forced my brother, if I had one, out sooner. When me and my sister, we were supposed to wait for somebody to marry us and then leave. That's why my sister left.
Knowing you, I know you don't agree with that.
Do you see me now?
Yeah,
I was like, I'm not doing that. Fuck that shit. Nah, for real. Fuck that.
It makes sense because... Yeah, it makes sense because being real, the man is supposed to have the home first and then the woman comes later or comes after.
Or they get it together.
But it just makes sense. So I understand why they would feel that way. Or any parent would be like, all right, the guy, you gotta get out of here. Like, it's weird. I think it would be weird to have two grown men living in the same space, especially together.
Like two sons?
No, two, like a father and a son.
Oh, okay.
Like both are grown. Like the father's already doing his thing with his wife. Obviously, he got to take care of her. So the fact that he has to take care of another grown man is like weird because now you're supposed to be in a situation where you're off and you're creating your own family, you're creating your own legacy. And so I understand where that would come from, and it makes sense. Yeah, I don't know how I would feel. I don't know. I would tell my kids, but like if I see my kids are trying.
Yeah.
I will give them a little more leeway because I get it. The world's tough. It's not easy. You got to do what you got to do. So how can I sit and expect a kid to just go out there and get it? It's like, no, like I have to, if I don't put you in a position to succeed, once that time comes or you're around a certain age, and I failed as a parent. I think a lot of parents failed. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, they lived a good life and it was good, but it's like you failed.
Is crazy.
No, like, okay, failed in that aspect of preparing your child for the better.
Yeah.
Because a lot of parents, they think just because the kid is safe or, they got old, yeah, but I helped you get old. Yeah, but you didn't raise me. You didn't teach me anything. I'm just older now with less knowledge. Does that make sense?
With less knowledge and more responsibilities. Yeah.
So now I'm in the world fighting for these things, trying to have a better life, and I don't know what's going on. Was that successful parenting? Yeah, I made it to an old age. Thank God I didn't die.
Saying, like, people just be having kids just to have them. Like, y'all really just be having kids because you just want, like, the Instagram photos or you just, like...
Too horny.
It's like it's like an accessory to your life. Like, having this baby with the matching outfit. That's all cute. That's great. But, like, what is the bigger goal? Like, why are you really bringing kids into this world when you're not prepared to really be a parent to raise like successful children? And of course, like, love is important. How much you love on your kids is important. The quality time that you spend with them. But a lot of parents aren't spending that real quality time with their kids. Everything is, here's a tablet, here's a phone, here's the TV. They're not reading to their kids. They're not, like you said, they're not teaching their kids anything. So it's like they did fail. I do feel that way. But I also see, like, those people didn't have parents to teach them. Like, it's a cycle. So if you don't know what you don't know.
Yeah, but how come? You see, I don't agree with that, because how come we're that way now? Because we were able to analyze and
yeah, but we have parents who, you don't feel like your parents taught you that, or people in your, maybe your parents didn't teach you, but like we're able to how do I say it?
Okay, my parents,
like, we're able to understand all that because we've had these conversations with other people and we've like seen enough shit. We just want to actively be different, but we've had positive influences on our lives. So even if your parents didn't teach you everything,
maybe other parents, we've seen other parents.
There you go.
Or other kids, but I'm saying from your own parents. Oh yeah, but that's what I'm saying. So you don't think none of our parents seen that, or like had a friend who had a good parents, or a good childhood, or being raised a certain way? No. So the fact that we're able to see it, how come they couldn't see it?
Okay. I think for my parents, like, my mom learned from fucking up. And going, like, she learned the hard way. A lot of the lessons you learn is because you fucked up or you made a mistake.
No, never mind, babe. Yeah, you're right.
What are you talking about?
No, you're right.
I'm right?
Because I just...
Like, her parents definitely weren't on the type of time, but, like, she wanted different.
But your parents saw the differences...
And corrected it.
A lot of parents see the differences, but do nothing about it. Or they repeat it. That's why I'm like, okay, so why do we get it?
And I feel like that's a deeper psychological thing that...
No, because I'm thinking, why do they did it? How come we corrected it, but we want to correct it?
Yeah, it's the same way how some people could have really abusive parents, and they end up being abusive parents, and then there's some people that, my parents were so abusive, I never want to do that with my children. I want to be the exact opposite. Exactly. It's just, I don't know.
Yeah, you're right.
Because it's like, if you're 16, right, and I'm your mom, like, maybe I'm going to be like, he's not thinking about that right now. So I'm not going to have the conversation. I understand, which is what you were saying before. Some parents are, but some parents are like, oh, whatever, you're 16, you have mad time. Like, we'll talk about that.
Oh, you're busy doing whatever, so I'm not going to bother you. That's how my parents are. You're busy doing whatever.
And also, they probably busy doing whatever, too. Being a parent is a lot.
That's one thing I learned, too.
And I feel like you were a pain in the ass when you were little.
No. But I was pretty good. I followed rules and shit. But when I got older is when it's like, no. I started questioning everything. But I'm saying that's another thing that I'm learning too.
But why?
Yeah, but why? No, but that's something I learned too, is that I have my troubles, but my parents also have troubles too. They also have struggles and troubles and things that, they gotta overcome, whether they have or haven't.
And also they probably just don't feel like it. Some people just don't like, to be a parent, there's certain things that you just kind of like, I don't really feel like it right now. Like, we'll talk about it when we talk about it.
Being a parent.
It's a lot.
But you think there's a right way to do it? Is there a standard book way to do it?
No, I feel like no matter what happens, you could try to go into parenting, being the best parent, like focused that, okay, I'm gonna be the best parent ever. You're still gonna fuck your kids up in some way. There's still gonna be something that you missed, that you dropped the ball on, that your kids are gonna hold against you, that they're gonna be resentful towards you for. It's always something. And I think that's why parents be like, oh my God, it doesn't matter what I do, like, I never feel like it's good enough. It's a thankless job. That's what they say, especially for moms. It's a thankless job. Because you're expected to do those things. So it's like nobody's thanking you. Oh, thank you for cooking. Thank you for buying me these clothes. Thank you for bathing me. Thank you for taking me to school. Thank you for helping me with my homework. Thank you for helping me study for this test. Thank you for teaching me about credit. It's just like, yeah, you're my mom. You're supposed to do that.
You don't think so? You chose to have kids. Why am I thinking?
Yeah, but not every mom actually does those things for their child.
Yeah.
So it's like...
But that's the standard. You're supposed to do that.
You're supposed to. But again, not everyone does. I could have easily had the most fucked up mother in the world. The most abusive, disrespectful mother in the world. But she chose not to be that way with me. So it's like, I do thank her as much as I can for that. Especially considering where the family that she came from.
Yeah, of course.
Like, yeah, it's the standard, but it's not common.
Okay.
So whatever.
All right, bye. Thank you all for watching. I really appreciate you. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Follow me at Dhawks _. Follow at Oya Natalie podcast. Fucking rubbing my brain.
It's hot.
Oh,
these lines is cooking me right now.
We're gonna watch TV and vibe out. Thank you all for supporting. Appreciate you. Let's go. The Least Favorite Podcast. Subscribe. See y'all.
Bye. Always make it weird.
Got to.
Niggas surge gon' bring that.